Welcome to the Eat, Sleep, Chelsea Repeat podcast. It is episode 180. It's been a while. It's the end of season awards, the ESCRs. I'm Craig, and today I'm joined by my brother Chris and our good friend Brady, who is suited and booted, ready for the ESCRs.
Suited and booted. Half a job, isn't it?
Well, half a job's better than no job. I mean, it's a bit of a disgraceful turnout from Craig and Chris here. It sums up our season, really. No effort, no application.
Well,
but yeah.
I went with the Canistella, so I've got a drink for the Oscars. I mean, a martini might be a little bit more apt, maybe, but you know, at least I'm drinking.
I mean, Madonna's next door, mate. She's in the next seat, so we've got to. New Chelsea fan. Madonna,
wouldn't have a Canistella. Can't have a Canistella sitting next to Madonna.
No, Manhattan or something. But yeah, it's been a long old season, but here we are.
Yeah. It has been a long season. The predictions, check through the predictions. They were interesting to say the least. I think we all had Chelsea finishing in the top four at the beginning of the season.
Did we?
Yeah, we all did. I think Craig fourth, me fourth, you third. Brady. So things haven't quite worked out the way that we thought they would.
Yeah, as you can see with the league table out here, Chelsea finished in 10th position. It's a pitiful end to the season, and I mean pitiful is I think quite an apt description of some of the performances towards the end of the season. We didn't even do a podcast after the Sunderland after the Sunderland game. We struggled to get one out. I think we've all been quite busy anyway, but I mean that was the definition of pitiful. Just completely played off the park by a Sunderland team that just wanted it more on the day. I think tactically, obviously, was a really poor day for Chelsea as well. It was really easily exploited some of the sort of simple stuff that we've been doing under Cal, Super Cal. Hopefully we don't see him in charge again, no offence to him. And the Xabi Alonso reign goes very well. We are going to review the season in full today. We did think about not doing this, but no, we should do the ESCRs, even in the bad seasons, because there are some positives and some talking points, things to talk about from the season. Before we start, just want to quickly throw in, don't forget to like and subscribe the pod, leave us a review on Apple Pod, Spotify, whatever you listen to the podcast on. It'd be really good to get some more good reviews in there. It'd be really helpful to help the podcast grow as we head into next season. Right. Should we get straight into it?
Yeah,
let's go.
The awards. So, Player of the Year. I'll go first, I guess, and announce my Player of the Season, which was also the Chelsea fans' Player of the Season. João Pedro.
Yeah. I also had João Pedro.
Yeah, I mean, obvious. The low hanging fruits by your ankles. I mean, he was literally the only candidate, really.
Yeah.
Caicedo had a good few months and then massively tailed off after New Year. But no, you have to say that Liam Rosenior, João Pedro was pretty much the only player they improved under him. He was having a bit of a wavering spell under Maresca, but Rosenior coming in just revitalised him. And there were some doubts about him in the 9, but he looks fantastic. And absolute travesty he wasn't in the World Cup squad, to be honest. It's
a travesty for Brazil, but it's not a travesty for Chelsea at all. It's actually great.
It's a footballing travesty, really. It's like I was watching highlights of Brazil versus Egypt the other night, and they took Thiago. It's like once you take the penalties off Thiago, he's not up to much.
Yeah,
so
I think that's harsh.
There's always that thing that I think they're going around Twitter. No one's ever seen Thiago score a goal.
No, exactly. There's that thing every time he's on TV, he doesn't score, right? But he's not in João Pedro's league, to be frank. I mean, he's a bit of a bulldozer, a striker, but João Pedro could do things he can't dream of. I mean, he's an unbelievable player, and looks like he's staying. All the Barcelona rumours have gone quiet now. Chelsea killed that pretty quickly, so it's good.
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to the club for getting that sort of under wraps pretty early. I think they said basically he's not for sale at any price. And that I think is pretty definitive when they say something like that. I think that's good to get that out there and just be like, this is what we're doing when we hit on players, 24-year-old players, we're keeping them, and that's a great sign, I think. And sort of contrary to what a lot of people think, that we'll end up having to sell players.
Just a bit of a shout as well. Like all round player, like 15 non-pen goals and 8 assists. Don't get many strikers getting 8 assists in the season.
Yeah,
you just don't.
And I think University accepted as one of, if not the best under 25 striker in the world now, which is crazy to think from where he came with Brighton. If you look back at the stats under him last season for Brighton, he didn't even score that many non-pen goals. I don't think he was struggling to get those goals, and he was also played sort of out of position a lot. He played a lot of left wing for Brighton as well. So yeah, it's good to see a player that I think they've taken a projection on a little bit, and obviously he's had a lot of time to settle in this country. Obviously started at Watford and things, but they've taken him as a projection. He can play 9, and it's come to fruition. So yeah,
but he's kind of lucky, I guess, that Maresca left in a way because he didn't fancy him as a 9. So sort of a bit of a...
Yeah, well, there was rumours he played him injured. That he asked at that Brentford away game 2-2. João Pedro asked to be rested because he was injured, and Maresca played him anyway.
Yeah,
because he had Delap playing at 9, didn't he? And Pedro behind when they were both fit.
Which looked alright versus like the only game that Delap's actually looked alright is West Ham away 5-1. That looked alright.
Yeah,
but
yeah, and I think like João Pedro, for his skill set, he's not quite like technical and good enough in tight spaces in midfield, whereas like you get a bit more space, and he's better at holding the ball up and cleverer in that sort of back to goal sense at the top end of the pitch. I think João Pedro is a 10 for me. He's a non-starter personally.
Let's see where Alonso plays him, because they get a striker in.
Yeah, so from everything I've seen reported about Alonso, I think it seems like he's the perfect 9 for how Alonso likes to play.
He will be the 9, I think.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next category, because I think that was sort of, we've talked a lot about João Pedro and how good he is on this pod already this season.
He'll be a monthly award winner. A little spoiler for
congratulations and the trophies in the post, João.
It's not going to be the last one of the night.
I think he's in Cyprus at the moment. João Pedro. I've seen a few Chelsea fans send a picture.
No, he's here. He's here at the ESCR Awards, mate. He's in the crowd.
We'll send a trophy over to Cyprus if he is in Cyprus and not here. Right. Next is most disappointing player of the season. So I'll throw mine out first. Well, I've got 2, but I'll throw my number 1 is Wes Fofana. Is my most disappointing player of the season.
I've got Delap.
Liam Delap, yeah, fair shout. Brady.
Gusto
is most disappointing. Well, I'll start with Brady.
Well, we haven't got a category. I'll be honest, we haven't got a category for shittest, so I'm just going to put Gusto in there. I mean, this is like.
Let me start by tearing Brady's apart.
Like,
no, I'll give you a chance to defend yourself, I guess.
Well, it's disappointing. I mean, it's disappointing to watch all the time. It's a complete waste of time. Every time he's on the ball, like oxygen goes out that shouldn't go out. He's just terrible. So, like, I watched a video today where they were talking about using him in the Frimpong role under Leverkusen. I couldn't think of anything worse. Malo Gusto, wing back. He's been the worst player by a country mile, and Liam Delap's been hanging about. I mean, that's all I can say.
Yeah, I saw positional data.
Been diabolical.
I saw positional data from Leverkusen, and Frimpong was their furthest player forward in most games.
Can you boys
position? Imagine Gusto's our furthest player forward.
If we had a worst player of the season, Gusto's it, right? I can't. You were both worst. If we had a worst player of the season,
he might be worst player. I'm trying to think.
Like, who's performed the worst?
I mean, if you put a minutes threshold on it, for sure he's the worst.
What do you think, Chris? Him and Delap. It's him or Delap?
Yeah. I think it's worst player. I mean, you're looking at people like Delap, Garnacho. I mean, there's some.
Yeah, but Garnacho's actually done.
I would actually put Tosin. I'd actually put Tosin in there as well. I think people forget how bad he was.
I was going to mention Tosin. I don't think he's had very many minutes.
This is so much reason. He was tragic.
He's done things, Garnacho. He's scored goals. He's actually like being positive in some games. Like,
yeah. Garnacho's nowhere near the conversation.
Done nothing.
Garnacho's got one Premier League goal.
Yeah, but
that's absolutely horrific.
It's not been he's not in the conversation.
I mean, that goal against Shakhtar, not Shakhtar, Karabag that he scored, Garnacho. That's like levels above any. Gusto could barely. We were all at the cup final, semi-final. Gusto literally couldn't put a pass together. We're talking like basics here.
Yeah, I think over the season he got worse. No, he got worse.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So I think
he's rubbish.
Yeah, but remember you've got to look at the whole season. He wasn't as bad at the beginning, but he just got worse and worse and worse. To the point where he was actually unplayable.
No one in their right mind can tell me Josh is going to be worse at right back ever. I can't see anything that Gusto can do.
So I'll talk about mine next. Yeah. Wes Fofana. So the reason I've put him in the category as most disappointing player is because I thought Fofana coming back off an injury, if you'd have told me he'd have played 1,800 minutes, if you told me he'd have played 1,800 minutes, I'd been like, oh, this is great. Like he's a really, really good player. He's got a season under his belt where he's got some minutes together. He's established himself as, maybe something to kick on for next season. He's only 25, really exciting, but he's been erratic to say the least, and he's hurt his stock massively, I think. I mean, obviously 4.9 against Sunderland football rating to finish the season, gets sent off. The second sending off that he's had this season with 2 yellows, both against promoted sides. It's just not good enough. I think someone I heard describe him as the most unserious player we've ever had, and that's a great way to describe Wes Fofana. Completely unserious player. He does not take the game seriously in any way. The importance is completely lost on him. 2 yellows in a game. I saw that the centre back for PSG, what's his name, that plays with Marquinhos?
Pacho.
Yeah, he had 1 yellow card all season for PSG, and I know they don't do much defending, but it shows you how smart you can be at centre back. You don't have to get booked basically ever. Good centre backs never get booked. He's been such a massive disappointment this season for me, because I would imagine that he would be a key player for us going forward for the next few seasons, and he's just definitely not going to be that. In fact, that centre back spot is probably our biggest must get of the summer.
Yeah, he was bad. He obviously had the issues off the field as well, which didn't help. And
talking about the
drive,
doesn't
add to his and that didn't add to his character. But lots of bad performances.
He did have some good ones. Yeah.
Who got more points, Chelsea or Wes Fofana?
Close. Look, it was actually really close. I think he is disappointing because of, and the way I would categorise it is someone who you think is going to be decent, and then they kind of are a lot worse, which is obviously why I went for the lap as well. But this was not a good season for him. I think he can recover, but it can be tough.
Nothing worse than a player who's really good and doesn't. He's a good player with Fofana. He's got a lot of good attributes. He can play really well. He can play to a high level, but nothing worse than a player who just doesn't live up to their potential because they haven't got the effort side. You'd much rather have a player who was 7 out of 10 but gives everything.
I don't know if it's effort with him. I don't think it's effort. I think he's actually too hyped for the games.
Sometimes David Luiz.
Yeah, but David Luiz, but without a brain, or like Rudiger without a brain. He's got that level of intensity in the game, but then he just carries it over. I mean, yeah. So Chris Delap, it doesn't really need much.
He was dreadful. But, yeah. He came in with a decent scoring record in the Premier League, Ipswich, and he just looks like someone who really can't play in the Premier League, to be honest with you, which is surprising. I do think he kind of lost his confidence towards the end, and definitely his motivation. He probably realised he's going to be chucked out. But just loads of bad performances, loads of poor decisions, and there's not really a moment where he came on that I felt, or he was playing, where I felt that he was really going to push on. Just wasn't enough in his game, so probably have to say goodbye to him, I think, in the summer. It's such a difficult one with him because he showed absolutely nothing.
Right, Brady, you've got the deciding vote. What are we going for? Most disappointing player?
I think I'm going to go, because of the way it's termed, I'll go for Fofana.
Wes Fofana is the Eat Sleep Chelsea Repeats podcast most disappointing player. Both worthy winners, him and Delap, I think would have been fair.
If there was a shittest player category, Gusto would have been hands down.
If there were, Brady wants to make it clear, and I would agree that if there was a worst player category, Gusto would have won it. Okay, goal of the season. I assume we've all got the same goal here, so we can sort of just gloss over this. No, okay. I'm going to go João Pedro versus Forest.
I think this is obviously the one that
I've actually got a different João Pedro one. I think was a better goal, or like maybe I like when I give goal of the season. I also like to give when a goal's important. I give it a bit more weight. Yeah, I've got Napoli. I just think.
I mean, that is an unbelievable goal
because like that it was so live that tie, and we're 2-1 down in a really tough game. I mean, Napoli weren't playing great, and they weren't in a great moment at the time. You know, we're 2-1 down in Napoli. And he comes out of nowhere. I mean, what a goal! I mean. I feel like overhead kicks, like obviously they're very technically very difficult, but like a lot of players could do it. I don't know, like if they're doing training or something. I don't know if players can ping it with their weak foot 30 yards like he did. You know what I mean? Like he absolutely rocketed it with his weak foot. I mean, what a goal! Yeah. I mean, for me that's almost a better skill set in a way. I mean, obviously you've gone 2-1 and you can have the overhead kick, but. It was a consolation goal.
Well, I don't know. You're kind of convincing me a bit.
It was a consolation goal when there was about 10 people on the ground, and Craig was one of them. So, like that Napoli goal. I mean, that was the goal that made me jump out of my seat the most the whole season. I mean, what a goal. I mean, like I'm just where you applaud and just go, wow, that's just like pure quality and yeah, he's just an unbelievable player.
It was a really good goal. What do you think?
More João Pedro hype. I think we should go the overhead kick, but I do think it's probably closer than.
Do you not when you analyse the goal? Do you not like factor in like game state and like the game? I do.
I went for the best goal.
Yeah, not for just the best goal, just because I mean that goal was just.
I feel like when you're in a moment though, when you're in the clutch and you get that out, for me personally, that makes the goal better. Personally.
I agree, but I think
the
bicycle kicks.
Like I don't know if I really think the magnitude of that. Like even if we'd lost that game.
Yeah, but I mean that Forest game, you couldn't get less magnitude. I mean, it was basically friendly at that point.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, but it was when that goal went in, people talking about it.
I think honestly, it's more technically difficult than Napoli one. I generally think that to dig it out 30 yards with your weak foot.
If Craig changes his mind, you can have it.
No, I'm going to stick with João Pedro. I think that goal was something very, very special. I think both goals were special, but yeah.
Why have we got that game? We've got to remember that game now. Rubbish. Anyway.
Right, most improved player in its category. I've gone with Jarell Hato, which is maybe controversial and not in the spirit of the award, as maybe most improved should be a player from last season that we had.
But no one improved.
Let's go Let's see what everyone else has put.
I've gone for Enzo.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. And then Brady,
wasn't he really good on the Maresca?
He was good last year as well, but he has kicked on a bit this year as well.
I've gone Hato. I've gone Hato because like the in season, like start of the season, it was like, right, we've got to sell this guy. He looks terrible, and then by the end, he was like unbelievable. Before I mean, Man United at home, I know we lost that game. He was absolutely world class.
Yeah.
Like he looks like a proper player. I think cup final was really good. Fantastic player, and yeah, apparently Alonso's like buzzing to be with him, to work with him. So for me, it's Hato.
Chris, give me your chat about Enzo.
Well, considering the most improved player, I don't think you could possibly give it to anyone who wasn't there last season.
So it didn't say from last season.
Well, what they improved from?
Well, this is why I put Hato. There was no. It wasn't exactly.
He's improved from a base of poorness to.
Esteban's most improved. He's come from South America. I mean, this for me the award has to be someone who wasn't as.
Also, last season, I'm not giving Enzo an ESCR when he's been twerking for Real Madrid. I'm not having that. There's got to be some clause.
Actually, that's fair as well. Actually, like
can't have some twerky.
Anyway, let's give you the Enzo scored 10 goals.
He's in Madrid playing paddle, mate. Like, he's not
improved on his 6 goals from the previous season, which was really good.
He got less goals, didn't he? Didn't he get 20
I think he
goals
got a
last
similar
season?
amount of goals overall.
Yeah.
Chris is talking about just goals, probably.
Just the Premier League. I don't care about playing against some Mickey Mouse teams in the Cups. I think in the Prem, 10 goals is really good.
That is obviously.
From midfield. I mean, let's be honest, Tottenham finished in the fourth one in the Champions League. I think we can rule out group stage Champions League.
He scored in the last game against
worst teams. Yeah, great. They scored 8 goals in that one. So.
I think he played at a similar level to Willian Maresca for me, personally.
Yeah,
I think he was improved with his goal scoring and his box crashing. I think he's known now for box crashing this season. He wasn't known for that last season.
No, I think a lot of people could have seen that last year as well.
I mean, I kind of agree.
No one was talking about that because he was playing 6 next to Caicedo.
Too much twerking to Ganesca for me, but up to you, boys.
No, yeah.
So the most improved player is someone who wasn't here.
The most improved player is the player that's improved the most this season, which is Joel Hatto. From where he was to where he is now, he's probably one of our most exciting young players. So, yeah. Congratulations to Joel Hatto. And certainly Enzo Fernandez won't be winning any ESCRs under this leadership. Okay. Best young...
Blue code stamped.
Best young player. Best young player.
This is a pointless as well, is
it? This is Esteban Willian for me.
Oh, God's sake.
Yeah, I'll give it to Esteban. I can't really think of anyone else. Obviously,
Hatto.
Well, no, yeah. I think Esteban's been better.
I think Hatto would have been second, but I think pretty clearly Esteban has won this award.
What's his he was the second worst rated player in our team, wasn't he?
For the minutes he's been on the pitch. The thing with Esteban though, he's like football proof. He's just got so much that's beyond stats.
Yeah, and
Karabag 8.3, Tunisia 8. I mean, what is the 10 men Barcelona?
What's he? 18.
The Palace goal as well away at Palace. Yeah, I think for me, considering that he's 18-year-old to start the season.
He's 19 now. But.
He's 19, but 18 to start the season, coming into the Premier League. From Brazil, obviously notorious for South Americans to struggle as young players in the Premier League. He came in and really hit the ground running. The Liverpool game, Barcelona game. There's been lots of outstanding games.
He's got 8 goals in 1,600 minutes.
Exactly.
It's good.
And the Premier League has got 2 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but Chris in like 800 minutes.
I'll tell you what. Cast your mind back to Leeds away. What's going on that day?
I'm not saying that he was a perfect player. I'm saying that he was our best young player. That's all I'm saying. And he's definitely much better than
proven to be the best young player for the whole season.
People that are talking about Hatto, it's just recency bias, basically. Like they've forgotten what Esteban was like.
Because it's over the whole season. It's not over. He was dreadful, Hatto, for like 3 months.
Esteban was
and then he was dropped and he came back.
Esteban was injured for the last 3 months of the season.
So how has he been nominated in this?
Because for the first 6-7 months of the season, he was.
Well, there's only 2 candidates, aren't there? What other candidates are there? There's only 2 candidates, right?
Exactly.
Him and Hatto, that's it.
I don't know how you can possibly give it to Esteban. But anyway,
Esteban's probably the most exciting 18-year-old, exciting young player I've ever seen at Chelsea. So
that wasn't what the award was, unfortunately. But carry on.
I mean, surely the most exciting young player I've ever seen at Chelsea has got a chance to win this season's best young player.
No, because he wasn't. Yeah. Anyway, he was good in the games that he was fit in.
You told me
at the beginning of the season.
In this season's chat, you've told me Hatto is crap. You've literally told me.
Yeah.
So
I've also told you João Pedro wasn't playing well as well, and he was crap during games.
All right, best young player. Congratulations, Esteban Willian. May it be the start of a long career at Chelsea. Applause all round. Okay, best new signing. I mean, come on. This one's as easy as it gets, isn't it? João Pedro.
Third ESCR for the man, yeah. João Pedro.
I don't know how you guys do the awards. So we do.
Yeah,
Pedro, yeah.
Where else could it be?
best new signing. I think Chris is still sad that Chris
is still sad Esteban because he was signed in the previous season.
Most underwhelming signing. I've gone Liam Delap.
I've also gone Liam Delap.
Yeah, I won't go that show, but yeah, they're both fine.
Let's talk a little bit about Delap. I mean, Nick Jackson needs some apologies, I think.
Yeah.
Delap's making Chris Sutton's Chelsea a career for Chelsea a generational. I mean, Delap looks awful.
Yeah.
He's playing the wrong sport. I've seen it in the Club World Cup when he come on. The first thing he did, the ball was nowhere near him, and he's elbowed the guy in the face in a VAR era.
The problem is, Delap's been bought as the backup. He's been bought as the backup striker for 30 million.
It's Joe Shields, isn't it? Because Joe Shields bought him in, blatantly. Joe Shields bought in Lavia, Cole Palmer, and him. And it's a rubbish signing. It was a cheap deal. You go into the shop, it's a club card deal where we're giving for 30 million. It's a club card deal.
I thought it was a pretty good signing.
You usually wouldn't bother, but because it's been reduced and he had that release fee, you go, oh, go on then, get him in. Usually you wouldn't be in the shop going, oh, Liam Delap was good. Well, brilliant. No,
I don't think that. I think that's really unfair. I
think you could take that look at most of Chelsea's transfers.
I think if you look at the last season,
club card, mate.
I'd love to see your reaction, the video reaction of when we actually signed him.
The club likes to club him in the face.
Chris, you were really high on the Delap signing. You thought it was a fantastic.
That's why he was disappointing for me. I thought he was really good, but it turned out that he was awful.
Yeah. That was my best shout of the season. I called that literally from day one. He's awful.
He did.
Yeah.
Honestly, do you remember him at Stamford Bridge having a shot on target all season?
Yeah, I mean it's rough. It's a very rough season, and I think he.
That's genuinely. You go to every game. Do you remember having a shot on target? Obviously, you might have, but do you actually remember him having a shot on target? You remember?
The Barca game. It was.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, right. That one. Okay, right. In the league.
We were all at that game as well. But
okay. Against 11 men.
No.
Setting some weird parameters now, but yeah, it's he's had
weird parameters. Like I want my striker to have a shot on target and at his home ground.
He's had a really disappointing.
That's not really weird, is it?
He scored a penalty in the pre-season tournament, didn't he? Against Leverkusen.
Absolutely dire. I mean, if he wears Chelsea, I saw on X that have pissed me off so much. Who would you rather have? Jackson or Delap? I mean, this conversation's so dumb, I can't even bear it.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously Jackson. Yeah. Like, okay, Jackson's got massive flaws. He's got a bit of Werner in him. Bit of an idiot. Like, he can get a red card. But Jackson can score goals. Like, he ignited Palmer.
I actually think the red cards for Jackson really killed his career.
And why do you think Palmer went down? Because Jackson left. Like, Jackson used to do
I'm not having that, but yeah. Okay, so... Chris
Jackson's red cards.
Really,
big chance misses.
Okay, really easy one. Really, it's Liam Delap is the most underwhelming signing, but Chris has gone. Garnacho, do you want to just give your case for Garnacho being the most disappointing signing? Oh, the most underwhelming.
Yeah, I think. Obviously, some people were really. I mean, you were quite hard on Craig, and I think most people would I wasn't pretty sure that he was going to be a poor signing. I was willing to give him a chance, but I think ultimately. There's no smoke without fire. I think a lot of the fans were sort of suggesting, especially United fans, were pretty happy to see him go. And a lot of Chelsea fans didn't want to sign him. He's come with a lot of baggage. I think just his general performances when he gets the ball, he just looks clueless. And he doesn't offer anything that we couldn't get from anyone else. And I think it's just such a poor pickup for the club.
You thought that from the start.
Sorry, because the relationship with the fans is not good. Obviously, people were protesting this season, etc. But the relationship with the fans is not good. I think to sign a player who's universally disliked by a lot of the fans from other clubs as well, it's just not a good move generally. And then obviously when he played, he was very, very poor in a lot of the games. He finished the season with one goal in the Premier League. That's just nowhere near good enough for a winger. So we've got to. I think we might have to move on from him.
You're standing by that he was a worse signing, more underwhelming signing than Liam Delap.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though he started, in your eyes, as already a terrible signing.
I didn't say I said I was willing to give him a chance.
Yeah, but you said that he was a poor signing when you first signed him, whereas you said Delap was an amazing signing. But he's still more underwhelming to you than...
Correct.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think there were lots of people who... I think if you look at his goal catalogue, it's actually... And obviously, it's relatively decent. And obviously, he's had a lot more time in the Premier League, even though he was 21. So this was a really bad one, especially because we all knew Jamie Gittins was going to be bad when we saw his first game of the season. Was it Palace game?
It was going to be bad. I don't know about it.
Well, you told me Pedro can't play 9 as well.
Outrageous shots.
Now he's like the best under.
No, we left that game with Jamie Gittins and we were like, this guy isn't ready, look like a rabbit in the headlights. The next player that they signed was Garnacho, so we're absolutely under it, aren't we?
I think, anyway, quite the clear winner is going to be Liam Delap, Chris, with Garnacho as a shout as well.
Oh, Liam's knocked someone out in the crowd. Liam's knocked someone out in the crowd of his ESCR award. Sorry, Liam. Get the lawyers out. The only thing he hit this season was Jed Spencer's jaw.
To close on Delap, I think we all expected decent things from Delap, whereas I think Garnacho was more viewed as sort of like a good opportunity at that price. I think Delap was viewed as someone who could play 9.
And see you, Liam. Don't let the door eat you on the way out.
Exactly, and congrats on the ESCR. Right, best moment of the season. I've gone for the last-minute winner versus Liverpool in the Premier League from Esteban.
Yeah, I've gone for that. Yeah,
I've gone for the beginning of the season before we kicked the ball.
Okay,
nice.
I
think I like the originality.
You weren't there for that Liverpool game, were you, Chris? That Esteban win.
No, I was on holiday.
I think that was.
I like Chris's thinking here.
That was maybe the best moment at Stamford Bridge that we've had for years. Just in terms of the actual moment of the season as well, where we were. I'm trying to find out exactly where that was in the.
Liverpool won the league, didn't they? They were the champions.
Exactly, they were the champions. This game was in maybe October.
November, wasn't it? Yeah.
October, 4th of October. We just beaten Benfica at home in the Champions League. We lost at home to Brighton, but we played really well in the first half of that game.
There was a little flicker in your mind. You're like, right, we might be like winning the league or something.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, we might be.
There was like a little not that wasn't long,
but
but there was a little like, hang on, what's going on here?
Yeah, exactly. We beat Fulham when we smashed Forest 3-0.
You didn't quite know how bad Liverpool would be, so there was that balance of. Liverpool.
Well, they had lost a lot of games, hadn't they?
I don't think it was that many games. I think it was a few, wasn't it? I don't think it was too many.
They were on that losing run, weren't they?
If you look, Craig, go to Liverpool's fixtures, please.
4th of October.
Yeah, we'll go back.
They couldn't have lost that many because they won the first 5 in a row. Remember?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think at this time they were considered to be really bad, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we were in that run. They lost.
Yeah, but
they lost games. Yeah, but they'd won the last minute to that.
Yeah, so
they lost to Galatasaray, hadn't they? And they lost to Brentford and Liverpool and United.
Yeah.
So I went for the beginning of the season before a ball was kicked.
Yeah, I think the optimism was really high there. I can see where you're coming from for that.
I think Club World Cup champions. The trophy was ours. Maresca was beginning a second season. We hadn't really had a pre-season, but we had a couple of games which we won. And I think the atmosphere for the Palace game was one of excitement of where we could possibly do this season. And I think that was probably the best moment. Obviously, everything that happened after that was sort of just a slow fall to where it ended in May. A very low.
Yeah, I think the last 2 months of the season obviously were dreadful, but I think people forget that in December when Maresca left, even though we were on a little bit of a bad run, we were still 4th and only like 10 points off top of the table. So it's not as if we were like miles off it back then. I think obviously there's a lot of recency bias with fandom, and we see that all the time. But the season fell apart in the last two and a half months basically. Prior to that, it was not going amazing, but it wasn't atrocious by any standards. The end of the season, as it turns out, has made the whole season atrocious. So yeah, but I can see what you mean in terms of the optimism at the time. I think
it's fair shot.
Pre Palace for sure, but I think just for the moment, and I think that is what the award is. The best moment is clearly the Esteban winner against Liverpool, where the whole stadium just went berserk, and obviously Esteban was a really exciting player. to see him settle in and sort of play well as well was really good.
Mad that was this season, really. Especially mad it was this season.
Yeah. Right, worst moment. Congratulations to Esteval with the last minute winner as best moment. Worst moment of the season.
The double winner.
The double winner, yeah.
Chris's view.
Chris
this is a worthy winner.
Hato's pass got robbed for best moment.
Worst moment of the season. I've gone for Maresca quitting on us in December.
I've gone for the end of the Crystal Palace game, which was the last game of the season. I'm joking. I went for anything to do with Liam Rosenior in the media.
I've gone for a bit of a random one. Brentford away, last minute equaliser. Because I know this is weird, but in my head I was like, when Caicedo scored that goal for the 2-1, I was like, right, there's something happening here. Like, we're scoring late goals, it's happening. Like, we might be contending for the league. And then when that goal went in, it just killed me. I don't know what happened. I had this feeling, it's like, it's not happening this season. Like, just I had some weird feeling, and that was my worst moment. It's just an absolute killer.
When I was trying to find where that game was, that Brentford.
It was earlier.
Yeah, it was much earlier than that.
It was earlier.
It was really early on.
I think 13th of September.
It's like
the run we'd been on as well from PSG.
4 games in.
Yeah, it's just. I know it's like weird, but it's just. I just thought. I don't know. I just had a feeling of it. Like, if you're gonna win the league, you don't concede that goal. Remember the goal was a throw in.
Yeah.
It was a long throw, and like Garnacho didn't mark him, and I was like, and the players were so high, and you could tell they were like shell shocked. And then we didn't recover. Look what happened after.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the United game. To be fair, the results after weren't so bad at all.
Pretty bad.
Lincoln was good, and Benfica game was diabolical. I watched that. My one was Rosenior cringe. I think when they hired Rosenior, they probably didn't anticipate how unpopular he would become and how much of an embarrassment he would become for the club in the general like social media circles. Just for all of the stuff that he's thinking was probably quite good. But obviously people have like absolutely ripped him to shreds for it. And I think that really brought down the club's sort of prestigiousness. Once the hire was made, and everything that he did, I mean, that aging men comment was that'll probably haunt him for the rest of his life.
That was done in like an interview for like years ago, by the way.
But like
he did say some stupid stuff, man.
Yeah. And I think that the club obviously looked at him. They've been working with him for a while. They didn't pick up on any of this, which is really concerning. Obviously, going into other hires that they pick up. I think the worst one of the season was just everything that he was doing in the media. Because obviously, like, he's quite an intelligent guy, but when it comes to football, he knows his stuff. But being a manager and presenting yourself, I think he's just got it all wrong. And I think he was the main reason why the whole season.
You look back now, and like when he shook every one of the journalists' hands, and there were about 30 in the room. It's like at the time you're like, oh, this is quite. Like, but
it's the sort of thing that becomes cool if you're actually good, like the Mourinho stuff. Like, if you're actually good, like it becomes cool. Like, I'm a special one and all that, and the press are like, if you're gonna say like things that are a bit out of the box, then you've got to be able to back it up with the results, and he couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to give Rosenior because we've got to give him an ESCR because he's not going to win the amateur trophies his career. So, if manager of career,
the worst moment of the season is what anything to do with Liam Rosenior.
Anything Liam Rosenior said, basically.
It's Liam Rosenior cringe.
I mean, when he said like a marking assignment was missed, it's like, dude, just shut up, man.
That thing where he's giving Garnacho instructions.
That was absolutely hilarious. Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay. He tried to control the ball in his glasses at Arsenal when it was like raining on his glasses. I mean, Chris Buffet glasses, but like trying to control the ball, and it's like, this is embarrassing, dude.
Oh, poor guy. Okay. Congrats to Liam Rosenior, his first and last ESCR. The best match of the season. I think this is an easy one, surely. Barcelona at home, 3-0.
I went for a different one.
I went for actually backing up Brady's point. I went for Napoli away.
Yeah, I thought it was that one. I actually went for Villa away because I love that kit.
Good one as well.
And I just thought, well, we're actually turning up here. I thought this was a turning point. I was like, because we lost to who did we lose to before? We lost
Arsenal.
Yeah, and we played Villa midweek, right? Is that right?
And you're drawn with Burnley and Leeds.
Yeah, so I was like, right, we're in trouble here. We're bang in trouble. Villa are going to smash us.
And we've got PSG as well after that. Yeah.
And I was like, this is brilliant. Like, real turning point, kick on. We're going to get.
And we actually battered Villa as well. Like, we completely.
Yeah, Champions League rivals, like João Pedro hat trick, vibes, cool kit. Here we go. That was my favourite. I mean, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good game and good result.
But I don't have his best match.
So we've gone 3 different games here. Obviously, the Barcelona game was probably the oldest game that's been said. That was a fantastic night.
They also had 10 men.
Yeah, the Napoli game for me was like a really cool.
Yeah, I think
because there's not many teams that go to Napoli and win as well.
But I don't think we were that good that night. Like, I don't think we played.
It doesn't really matter though. You just dig it out, right?
Yeah. Napoli, like, where did they come in Serie A? Napoli,
like, second or third,
right? Top 4.
Let's have a look. Table, Napoli. Where did they come?
16.
That's this season. That's this season. Unbelievable. Little faux pas there.
How do I see Serie A from last season? Here we go. Oops. Don't want to click on that, but
if you're interested in Siemens mobile phones.
Yeah, they came second. Fair enough. Okay, we can give it to we'll give it Napoli away.
You can have Napoli,
I don't know, sure. Napoli or Villa.
Napoli. Go on, Napoli.
Give it Napoli.
All right, Napoli away.
Give
the best match of the season.
2 now.
Yeah, we just gave him one, the Rossini one as well. We can't keep pitying him.
Yeah.
Okay, worst match of the season.
This is easy.
This one is actually easy. Brighton away.
Mine's different to yours.
Brighton away.
Okay,
Brighton away might be the worst match that I've ever seen Chelsea play.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. I didn't have top 3 worst.
Because what?
Because I've already lost hope. I had United away.
What are you talking about?
The United away one, where we just threw it away. That was awful. That much. Do you know what I mean?
Was that with Maresca?
Because the thing is like the season's still live. Then does that make sense? It's like like Brighton away is like we're already on the beach.
We weren't already on the beach.
It was dead. It was dead. I said we're going to Brighton to go on the beach.
We're playing for the Champions League spots.
I mean, exactly. As it turned out, like everyone else lost all
at the time. At the time, we might have been playing for the league at United. Like it just that Maresca substitutions. He took Palmer off. Palmer got injured. He brought Neto off. He panicked, and we
get a red card. We get a red card off like 3 minutes of a game. Like you just told me, I can't have Barca because it's against 10 men. It's like we've had 10 men for like 90 minutes of a game. Of course, it's going to be a bad game.
As a viewing experience, for me, United was
we had 0.3 XG against Brighton. I mean, it's genuine. Like
I didn't care.
It's 11v11.
It was. I didn't care by then, though.
Well, the players didn't care. They didn't even turn up for this game.
Everyone was over it by then. Everyone was
playing some weird team where like Enzo was like up front as well.
Yeah, and he played to that. He had to play to. Look at the team. The team's awful.
Yeah, the team is dreadful. Yeah. I mean, look, if you're talking about our worst players for this season, like Gusto, Neto, Lavia, Fofana, Chalobah. Yeah, I mean, it's just a collection of our worst players.
You can have it, but I understand it was technically the worst performance, but like I think like for me like the worst match to watch was the United one because it was so depressing.
They weren't even trying in this match. This is a proper football match.
Exactly. Yeah, this is a Premier League football match. I mean,
everyone knew that Rossini was going to get sacked. So
anyway. Yeah, I mean, clear winner for me anyway. All right, next season. This is a really interesting one. It's the most interesting award we have actually, because it's talking about something that we've got some hope for, which is next season. Next season's best player. I've gone for an interesting one. I've gone for Levi Colwill.
Pretty good. Go on, Chris.
This is a tricky one.
Liam Delap.
I was going to say Malo Gusto in the Frimpong position.
No, sure, I shouldn't. I don't want to swear at this because sorry, I nearly got bleeped out there.
I'm gonna go 5 assists from Gusto next season.
I'm gonna go back to my boy from the Poch days. I'm gonna go back to Palmer.
Yeah, I've gone Coley.
Yeah, I mean that's Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer.
With the summer off.
2 words why Cole Palmer's going to be good. Yeah, Florian Wirtz.
Yeah.
Was he signing him?
No, because he's going to play the same role, and he is perfect for that 10 role under Alonso.
Yeah,
he's perfect.
I think he's just going to play more games.
The dual 10s, he'll have another 10 with him that can float about. He's going to be perfect.
Yeah, I mean Palmer. Look, he's had a poor season, I think, from his high standards. But you've
got to believe, man. You've got to believe.
But even in this season, which is bad, his per 90 numbers are really good. I mean, look at all this for per 90. Like he's in the 90.
Yeah, but how many are non-pen, Craig?
Yeah, non-pen XGs, 80th percentile. 91st percentile for shots. 92nd
you know one thing.
For
the one thing about the Sunderland game, the one thing that was good, was that Palmer learned that he could shoot from distance. He stopped shooting.
Yeah.
These
was a goalkeeping gap.
A lot of goalkeepers are rubbish, you know. Just shoot. Just shoot. Like the amount of times he's just trying to pass it. Just shoot. Do you remember he scored a goal against Newcastle at home the other year, where Nick Pope did the same thing, where he just shot it low and it went
post,
in. Yeah, just shoot. And I hope that's the one thing over the summer he goes, right, I should shoot more. Remember that United goal, the 4-3 goal?
He had a lot of shots blocked this year, Palmer as well.
He's got a good goal at Bayern Munich, I thought.
Yeah. I mean, that was a great goal. He can score those goals, but not by shooting, by not trying to pass it. Do you know what I mean?
I think the other thing about Palmer, the other thing about Palmer, I would say, is that he consistently played injured probably for a large portion of the season.
Well, let's see. Look, friend of the pod, Jack, thinks that Palmer's outrageously overrated, and this is the season where no injury. Well, if you don't get injured, free summer, no injuries. You're going to find out who Cole Palmer is.
But aren't all the best players overrated technically? I mean, no one's everyone.
Yeah, but I think some people are thinking he's a bit flashy.
Messi's not overrated, is he?
No.
Yeah, but I mean, Messi.
We were comparing.
Best footballer of all time,
on this.
He's nowhere near Lionel Messi, obviously.
On this pod, we were comparing Cole Palmer to Eden Hazard, right?
Yeah.
And we were doing that. And
I was.
I think you were, Chris. We all were. But
I wasn't.
You know, he's not anywhere near Eden Hazard at the moment, is he? Let's be honest.
He's not even close to being Eden Hazard.
Just to clarify, we're giving the award to Palmer. I haven't given my chance to say about Levi Colwill yet.
Tell us about
my case for Colwill.
Case for Cole.
So, Colwill coming back, I think he only played 225 minutes in the Premier League this season, which is crazy.
And he's still got more defensive contributions than Gusto.
I think when he came back and he had that period of time as well, at the end of the Club World Cup, I think he was one of our best players consistently. Benfica, Palmeiras, PSG, thought he was outstanding in all those games. I thought he could really kick on and establish himself as one of the best young defenders in the world this season, Colwill. And he obviously didn't get the opportunity to do that because he tore his ACL in the summer. I think he can come back this season and be a really, really key player for Xabi Alonso. And my shout as well is that he will be given the vice captaincy under Alonso.
Finally.
So I think he will be, when Reece James isn't playing, he will be the captain of Chelsea Football Club.
About time.
I think there's a good chance that we look at Chelsea, if they have a good season next season, some things have to go right for us, and one of them is Colwill having a great season. I think it's possible.
Do you know that he is on the same money as Tosin, and barely on more money than Badiashile?
Yeah, but he's never left. He's never left.
Yeah, but that's a nightmare though. That's a disgrace. He's on the same money as Delap.
Yeah.
40 feet. But the thing about Colwill is he stay fit. One of the big issues he had, last season he was injured for the majority of it this season, what we want to call it. But also season before that, he was in and out with injury quite a bit as well. So he needs to get his fitness on a better level because we haven't given any. They were really clear in the summer that they weren't going to buy anyone to replace him. Obviously trying to keep his spot, but if he can't stay fit for 3 games a week, then I think they need to go into the market and find left-footed centre-back who can play 3 games a week.
Unrelated point. Last year I said we shouldn't get when he got injured before the season. I was like, we probably shouldn't panic and get a centre-back. We do need a centre-back. I don't know what we're going to get, but we do need one.
Yeah. I think we're all in agreement there.
Probably
okay. So are we sticking with Cole Palmer then? That's 2v1.
Yeah,
sticking with him?
Yeah, gotta be.
Okay, Cole Palmer, next season's best player, the low-hanging fruit. Okay, our hopeful signing for next season, the last award in our ESCRs.
And it's just got to be like realistic, right? You can't just say like.
It's got to be realistic, yeah. You can't obviously just say like Mbappe or whatever. Like, just you've got to pick someone who realistically can sign for the club. I've gone for Bradley Barcola from PSG.
I also went for Bradley Barcola.
Okay, that's the one. I put Anderson, but I was actually struggling to think of anyone that we could sign who really improved that much.
Left wing's just so weak. Left wing's
you were struggling, Chris. You were struggling to think of anyone we could sign that would improve us. But talk me through
that. I just don't think we're offering the wages and money to sign someone who could actually take us to the next level without Champions League football. So I think they're going to have to.
Your opinion is the squad's quite weak, isn't it?
The squad is.
Yeah, but he's saying that he doesn't think we can sign it.
So we can't. The squad's weak, but we can't even sign a player that's better than weak to improve the squad.
I thought this was to improve. This is like hopeful signing.
Yeah, hopeful signings. Yeah.
Yeah, this is someone to start.
So surely if we've got,
I'm not hopeful with. Well, not hopeful with Skinner backup left back. Am I?
No.
Well, maybe I am.
So yours is anyway. What did we go for in the end? We went for Anderson.
Yeah, I think Anderson
is basically already agreed to move to City.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant. I mean, Bradley Barcola's not coming to Chelsea, bro. So
that's not necessarily true. I don't think.
Craig,
but yeah,
he's playing in the Champions League for the champions.
Come on, dude.
And he's winning the league. He's going to pop down to 10th place.
If he wasn't realistic, why'd you put him?
You're hopeful. It's hopeful,
isn't it?
Hopeful, but got to be realistic.
Morgan Freeman is
he's not. But you're telling me he's not coming.
Hope will kill you. Yeah, it's the hope that kills you.
It's just slightly confusing.
It's not realistic. It's not realistic. The category is, Craig, if you read the ESCR, your hopeful signing of the season.
Yeah.
I hope that we find Bradley Barcola because it's got a non-0%, but still very low.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll go with Haaland then.
Bradley Barcola will go to Liverpool, I think.
I might sell Haaland.
I think Barcola's going to Arsenal, actually. That was my prediction.
Well,
Morgan Rodgers wants to go there too. They all want to go down Arsenal, don't they, these guys?
They're the top dogs right now.
We'll get Madueke back.
Please.
Yeah, pay 80 million for him.
Right, so Bradley Barcola is the winner of our hopeful signing of the summer. Congratulations to him. If he becomes an Arsenal player, we will remove the ESCR from him. Right, World Cup coming up. England, to end the pod, where are England finishing in the 2026 World Cup USA?
Bloody hell.
Chris.
Top of the group.
Top of the group, yeah. Well, and then where are we going?
I think we'll probably get to quarters and then we'll just be eliminated.
Quarters and eliminated. Chris, Brady, sorry?
Semis.
Yeah, I'll go semis as well. I think semis is a good.
I thought Chris would be the most optimistic here.
I don't think the squad is a bit weak with the backups. I think it's going to be tricky for subs.
Let's be honest, Tuchel was never that great. Tuchel was a bit dodgy with team selection at Chelsea a little bit.
I've got to say, seeing the other teams' first teams and then seeing ours, I'm kind of looking at it thinking, actually, are we that good? But maybe we'll rally together under Tuchel. But yeah, I'm much less confident. I actually thought throughout this season, I was thinking, England might win the World Cup. I was pretty thinking, good qualification campaign. Tuchel's obviously elite manager.
I guess. Look, we take the piss out of Declan Rice a bit because he does stupid stuff on camera and all that. he is like a world class player, isn't he? Like like if he was available, there'd be like every club in the world after him, right? Like, and Saka's really good. Saka had a poor season, but he's really good for England as well. Kane's like best striker in the world by a mile.
I'm just more worried about the defence. I mean, whoever he starts,
the defence.
Like Pickford's not that good. Like Gay's not that good. Stones is not that good.
Got a good front. I mean, even Rashford. Rashford is like also decent for England historically. So the front five is, or whatever you want to call it, is not bad.
I think when you think of like Tuchel as a manager,
Bellingham,
and I think two things stick out. One is I think a lot of non-Chelsea fans don't rate Tuchel yet. And maybe they will, but I think a lot of Chelsea fans will remember that Tuchel's success came a long way. If you look at, he had really good defenders in his team in terms of the quality of the players, and that's what he's a very good defensive coach in the sense of he's very tactically aware of how to like make his team start to break down. I don't think the players that we've got in defence, as you mentioned the goalkeeper, are conducive to playing that type of game. We'll almost need a really attacking game because all of our better players are in the middle and the top half of the pitch.
He hasn't got any Silvers or like Christiansens. Tony Rudigers.
So I think he's going to get caught between two styles, and it could end up just looking quite awkward at times. So we'll see.
I'll tell you what.
It's nice that we're going into it. Best coach.
I hope Reece James is a really good tournament because he is.
Ancelotti's the best coach, isn't he?
So I really hope Reece James is a good tournament because obviously we want him fresh and back to Chelsea, but it's about time Reece James got recognised outside of the Chelsea streets for me because he is like.
He got some disrespect actually in my recent chat that we were in with the Liverpool boys, where I got laughed at for calling him one of the best right backs in the world. So we'll see what they think after this World Cup run.
Chances of. Okay. Does Reece James survive the World Cup on these dodgy American pitches?
No, let's not think about that. We will do a podcast after Xabi Alonso has his initial interview or opening presser, which we're assuming is going to come up in the next couple of weeks. And we'll talk about Xabi Alonso in a bit more detail because we've sort of glossed over his appointment, which we're all really excited about. And we'll talk about Chelsea this season.
By the way,
hopefully we've got an early signing in as well.
He might be the best signing we make all summer. I think
exactly, yeah. And someone made the point to me the other day that Chelsea are going into this season with a better coach than Man City for the first time in a decade. So that's exciting.
How does Danny Finkelstein think about that? He doesn't rate managers, does he? He thinks you can just have like the.
I think you're misquoting him again.
He thinks like the Barnsley under-18s coach can coach this lot, no problem. Danny, also, if you'd like to come on the pod, and we're not Chelsea Project X or the violent lot, or whether they're doing the protest. If you'd like to come on the pod and discuss,
but you are misquoting.
Welcome.
So, yeah.
Am I? What do you say then?
The exact quote. Let's look it up because Daniel Finkelstein. Manager.
We're getting the old Blue Lake line here.
There is no
get the lawyers out.
So there's no statistical relationship between managers and results.
I mean,
that's based on a study. That's based on a study.
That's the most stupid.
It's a little bit dated. A little bit dated now, but it's about 8-9 years old.
Stupid thing I've ever heard. Most stupid thing I've ever heard.
Just a
statistic. He should go down Watford with that sort of mentality.
I'm sorry. For win percentages under managers are not a thing. Then is that not a thing? The best managers, the highest win percentage, is that just wrong?
So I think the squads that have been taken over, and this was again study. It's a little bit dated. It's like 8-9 years old now, I think, to show that squads that have been taken over by different managers, their win percentages didn't really differ as the squad was in that current period of time. Whereas
read the next sentence to that.
They're all good managers, probably.
He's also claimed that former Paris Saint-Germain manager Enrique would not have been the right appointment for the club. He just won the Champions League back to back.
As in, at that time, I think the point that he was making was at that time he wouldn't have accepted how Chelsea were operating in terms of their squad reset and sort of focusing on young players.
Let's be honest. I don't want to.
So anyway, to misquote him, he never said that managers don't matter, and that is obviously not true, and that is obviously not true. I think that as well. But yeah, we'll talk about Xabi Alonso because managers do matter.
I would like to,
and I'm sure Daniel Finkelstein thinks that as well.
I would, as someone who works in data, I would like to see the receipts on. There's no.
There was a book written. He's referencing a book that was written that shows
about football or baseball.
No, about football. Yeah. to show there was no soccer, as he would call it. There's no
under 10s Ohio soccer, was it?
Just read the best thing to do.
Was it Premier League football? Was it Premier League football?
The best thing to do is, I think it's global football. The best thing to do.
is to global. So it's the A League. Yeah, it's like Brisbane under 9s.
I think when you're looking at data, the best thing to do is to get a large sample size, not a small one. All right.
There's been a lot of Premier League matches.
But yeah, Daniel, managers do matter, even though you definitively don't think so.
The crowd of the ESCRs are like, ooh, they're loving it. They're loving the controversy. Loving it.
All right, that's all we got. That's all we got time for today. Thanks very much for joining us, Chris and Brady.
Got the music started over you, Brady. Through us discussion.
For more updates on all things ESCR, yeah, it's like Ricky Gervais at the. Just get him out, get him off the stage. Right. For more updates on all things ESCR, you can follow us on X, Eat Sleep Chelsea, and Instagram at Eat Sleep Chelsea. Repeat. As always, we hope you're carefree wherever you may be.